Okay, in this case I'm going to start with an apple. So I'm going to start with a new file by going under File, New, and start with a new document. This apple is a picture I've taken, but you can download some pictures off the internet if you want. I demonstrated that in a previous video how to download. So if you go under File, Place, I think my apple is this one, number 138. Let's see. Looks like an apple to me. Okay, so in this case, that's not the nicest apple. I don't. I want to see the stem, but if I delete that one, let me see what else other pieces I have. What is this one? Oh, it's a lime. I guess we could do a lime instead of an apple. It's got this part right here that, you know, I'm looking for a stem, and I'm looking for different pieces that I could do together, and I'm looking for some texture because I want to show you in this video how to add, like you see here, kind of a dimply texture that we have right there. So there's a variety of different ways of doing things inside there, and ooh, I even like the little label that we have right here with numbers and stuff. That would be kind of cool to try and do that. So I'm going to try and do this lemon instead of an apple. It's the exact same way that I would do an apple as I would do a lemon. Same thing. So again, just like with my blueberry example that we saw before, I'm going to lock my background picture so I don't move it using in the layers window. So if you don't see layers, I go under Window, Layers, and pops up the layer window. Once I pop up the layer window, I can lock it. Once I have it locked, then I can make a new layer next to the trash can in the layers window here. If I click new, it makes a new layer. So again, we can name these layers by double clicking on the name. And this one I'm going to call background or photo or whatever you want to call it. And then this one I'm going to call lemon. Lemon. I guess there's only one M. Lemon. So once I have a blank layer that I can start drawing, I'm going to use the pen tool. The pen tool is located again right here in the toolbar, and the pen tool is probably the best tool just to get the basic shape of what you want to do. In this case, I'm just going to draw the outline of one of these lemons here. To do that, I'm going to just click and drag some points along the edges here. Remember, you don't have to get it perfect. You can always adjust the points after later when you're done drawing your object. And try and use the least amount of points you can when you're making something. It'll make your life easier when you're trying to do it over again. And then I'm going to click on the last point to complete my object. So once you draw your shape, as you can tell, I can turn off the fill for a moment so you can see the black line that goes around, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So the key to doing using the pen tool is just to draw the outline. Use the white direct selection tool when you're done, and you can click and move your points around to make them just perfect if you want. Again, I turn the fill off right here, the fill color off, so I could just see the black line here. This point right here is kind of a it's not needed. So if I want to remove a point, in this case, there is inside the pen tool. If you click and hold the mouse down over top of it, you'll see there is a delete anchor point tool. By deleting this anchor point that I don't need, it'll save on memory as well as make it easier for me to draw that. So if I click on that, then I can then adjust the directional arms so that they're just nice and smooth like that. There we go. We didn't need that point. And then you can move points around, adjust points a little bit here and there to make them just right, and then there we go. Just perfect. So adjusting using the white direct selection tool will help you make the perfect, in this case, a lime or lemon. Next thing I'm going to do before I start filling in colors and using the gradient mesh tool is by making a color swatch for that. If you remember from the last video, I made a color group by bringing up the swatches window. Once I bring up the swatches window, I can add a new color group. Let's call it lime, lemon. Okay, lemon. In doing so, well, it made it black for the swatches, but in this case I'm going to click deselect my shape that I have. I'm going to use the eyedropper tool. I'm going to have the fill as the top layer, and I'm going to start clicking I'm going to click a dark yellow here, and I'm going to drag it from the swatch here into the swatch here. I'm going to click and drag from this swatch to this swatch. Click and drag from this swatch to this swatch. And then, there's a dark one way over here. Let's just try that dark lime color. And then let's get a really bright one. That's almost a little even brighter. There we go. Nice bright lime tool. So I got some colors that I've used from, let's steal the blue here in case we want to make the label. We can make this label, I'm sure we can do it. So in this case, after I selected some colors using the eyedropper tool, and then dragging from the color swatch into the color swatch here, then I'm gonna grab my object and fill it in with a color. I'm gonna kind of give it the dark color. In giving the dark color, then the edges are a little bit darker. In fact, maybe I'll do it the real dark color. No, I'll do the medium dark color. After I'm done giving it the medium dark color, I'm going to use my gradient mesh to start putting some colors into it. And if I'm looking, I can look at the lime next to it right here, the lemon next to it right here, just to give me a sense of how it probably should be colored. In that, this is really bright here, and then it slowly gets from medium yellow to a dark yellow in the back there. So that's sort of how I'm going to do that. I'm going to put some highlights in the front here, and then let them slowly get medium to dark. To do that, I'm going to use the gradient mesh tool, and I'm just going to click 2 dots, one here and one here along the line. And then I'm going to change their color by using the white selection tool and clicking on the bright lemon color here. The bright lemon color there. So that's a good start. As you can see, just by putting 2 dots here and then changing their color, it gives me, as you can see, it looks like a pretty good lemon already right there. Maybe a highlight color in the middle here for a really bright one right in the middle there. To do that, I'm going to use the gradient mesh tool, and I'm going to click along this line here, and then I have the really bright one. Ooh, that's too much. Wow. But I like the brightness. Maybe we can adjust it. Let's leave it there for now and zoom in and see if we can adjust that really bright one that we put in the middle there. Let's see. That's too bright. If I use the white or the direct selection tool, I can adjust by making it smaller maybe. No, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. It was a good try. I guess we could probably maybe, we cheat a little bit, maybe put another mesh in the middle there and another mesh here, and then make those the normal yellow color. Ooh. No, that's not going to work. No. I like the way it was before. So we can undo, 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 undo. Hopefully we have enough undos here. Undo, undo, undo. Woof. Or we can just hit delete to delete. Ah, we didn't want to do that. Undo that. Can I delete a mesh? I can delete a point. Let's see. If I click on a point, hit the delete key. That screws everything up. No, don't hit the delete key. How about that? Let's undo a couple more times. Undo. There we go. Undo all the way back to before I put that mesh point in there. It looks pretty good as it is right now as far as the lemon. I mean, it needs detail and stuff, but I kind of like it. I still would like to see a highlight somehow. Let's think of how we could do that again without getting it so crazy. It's just crazy. Maybe it's just too bright. That's the problem. So maybe if I click on that, ooh, I didn't want to do that. Maybe if I click on that bright color that I had, that bright yellow, and just make it a little bit darker. It's kind of green. I like it bright, but I just don't like it. I don't like the color at all. How about we trash it? There we go. It's gone. Let's make maybe a brighter one of these yellows here. Let's make a second one. Let's duplicate that one. So there's 2 of them, and then let's make a brighter one. How about like that? There we go. It's a brighter one. And then maybe let's try it. Let's try it one more time, putting a second mesh in there. That's not too bad. At least it adds a little bit of contrast to the middle here, so it's not just so. Maybe we can pull the directional arms in, give it a nice kind of yellow. That looks pretty good. So I did add one more in the middle there. Let's add some really dark ones along the edge. I'm going to use the white selection tool, and I'm going to click and add a really dark ones along the bottom here, so it gives it a lot of contrast. There we go. Some dark ones down here at the bottom, really dark. Maybe even some dark ones up here at the top. Oh, that one's pretty dark. There we go. A little bit more contrast. It's a little bit too dark maybe, but that's okay. And then this one along the edge, let's make it really dark. Ooh, no, not that dark. Let's see. Click along the edge there, and let's see. Click along the edge, and let's make it dark, dark. That's okay. The other thing we need to do is well, let's talk about the texture part now. As we got our lemon here, it's not as yellow as I would want. This one's really quite yellow, isn't it? Maybe some of these need to be a little bit more adjusted. I don't have a lot of time though, so you get the idea of what I'm doing. To add the texture to it, usually what I do is I'll make a duplicate copy of the shape and then add a texture to it and then blend it. Okay, so watch how I do this carefully. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my shape, the one that's a gradient mesh here, and I'm going to duplicate it. To do that, again, I hold down the Alt, click and drag using the black the selection tool. So I have two of them, one over top of the other, as you can see. Then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to apply a texture to it. To apply a texture to it, select the entire object using the black selection tool and go under Effects. In this case, underneath the Stylize, now I want to add a texture. I want to add let's see, Distort. There's a roughen option. No, not that one. I'm going to add some noise. If I can remember which one the noise is under. Texture. Oh, it's under texture. Effects, texture. Let's add some grain. And once it goes into the window here, we can start adjusting the colors here. You can adjust the intensity, contrast, and then the types of clumpy, enlarged. Oh, the clumpy was good. Horizontal. Oop, that doesn't look good. Speckle. Ooh, no. Ooh, that's actually pretty good on some parts. Sprinkles. I like the clumpy. Okay, so you see the clumpy there. Let's see. Regular noise. Soft. I'm going to try clumped. Now I'm going to hit OK. It doesn't look great now, so don't worry about it. No stress. We take that clumpy thing and we put it right over top of where the other one was at. And then in this case, we want to blend that one with the other one. So you see I have two of them. I have one that I duplicated this one, so I have two of them. I added some texture underneath Effects, Texture, and added some texture. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it right over top of the other one, but I'm going to blend it. What the blending modes are is it allows you to blend from one object to the other in using these different effects. And these blending modes are located underneath the Transparency window, under Window, Transparency. Under Window Transparency, you'll notice it says Normal right here. But if I click on it, I can use these different options. You got Multiply, you have Color Burn, you have Lighten, you have Darken. Oh, we already did Darken. Screen, Overlay. That one's not too bad. Difference. This is going to be crazy colors, yes. And hue, saturation, color, luminosity. And if you find one that's blending, you can actually use the opacity and just do it real slightly. There we go. So opacity will change the transparency from this top one, so it's like making it transparent. So opacity of like 16% in this case is just a slight piece of that other one over top of it. And if we zoom in now, you see you're getting some texture on your object. How this texture is being done? It's by using two objects, one over top of the other, and the one that's over top I'm using, again, a luminosity and opacity, and I added some texture. So you can really get some good looking textures on top of objects by doing what I just did. You see see how it's the transparency? See, it's only slight. It's like a slight texture over top of it. You can see it. How this is done is by using a color blending mode as well as opacity and a texture, and you'll see it fits right on top if you duplicate the object. The last thing we need to do is add this the stem kind of meets the object, and then maybe the label. So let's pause this video and we'll come back and finish it.